All right, testing, testing. Looks like we are actually streaming and in private because, well, who knows what's on this computer at this point and that I don't want people to see. Personal information on the internet never goes well, and I really don't think I have my computer set up as well as I could for this, but we'll see. So let's start by playing with some music here. Get things going. Music's not the best. And dump all this on here. Or not. Huh. I try and set up the music and it just does weird things. They just aren't very good. I'm just going to grab one and listen to it instead of all these others. I have so many tracks from the Humble Bundle to go through. You don't even know. And the best way to do it, I found, is to simply listen to it along the way as you're working on the game so that you can double up on the task of figuring out what music you actually want in your game versus what music is just not the best. Not the best at all. I'll go through this music called Cult by Dark Fantasy Studio. At least that's the name of the album. I have this premium license, so I might as well use it. Means I can use them as many times as I want and anything I want. Excellent. Okay. So here we are doing what's probably a test stream, but hey, if you see it live later, well, live stream, but if you see it on my channel later, you'll know that I decided it was safe enough to post and not terrible. Though it could be terrible. All right, so right now I am going through and adding new enemies and destroyables to the game. And then fixing the boxes too so they actually match because, it's just the worst thing you have to do when doing fake 3D in RPGMaker. Yes, fake 3D, best way to put it. Maybe 160. Unfortunately, or if you're using Unreal Engine, you would actually get to see these and get them perfect. Here you just kind of have to guess, go in and then test it. Not the best system, but earlier I actually took screenshots of where all of them are, as seen by this right here. So now I'm going to try to make it not quite perfect, but far enough down so that you can still hit it, but be able to run behind it too. Actually, I think you can change it to an interaction one. That might, well, no, I don't want people to be able to run through it, because if they can run through it, then that is not a very good box. It's supposed to be regional installation. I'm just going to copy the ones directly out of this, because the two items are really similar in size. One's a box, and the other is a safe. So, a little easier than the dollhouse one, which is not the same size. I can already tell my microphone is on the wrong side for looking over at this other monitor to check these things, but as you can see with the dollhouse, it is in fact completely the wrong size. But it is kind of far enough down. Alright, so for this one here, it's looking a lot like I need to probably just shrink it a bit in general, like shrink it to the sides a bit. Vertically shrink it a bit, and then maybe raise it up. This one's going to be a catastrophe, I can already tell. I've already created a system that can make use of all this, so you can see what I'm doing here pretty easily enough. We're going to see if streaming causes problems with the game too. I think it might actually. Because normally it runs at 60 FPS, but I've tried streaming it and it falls down quite a bit. Just something to note that RPGMaker runs in a mini Chromium browser, and it will actually throttle you based on your other web traffic, which means that you, in fact, will end up with it slower because you're streaming it. How awful is that? I might have to turn off pixel precision here. Let's come back up a bit, but yeah, it does not seem to be good. Okay, so you can run behind this box, but it feels a little weird. Let me block all those. Wow, it's terrible. Probably should have screenshotted that. Oops. My bad. Oh, this might not be something I want to stream while doing that. I'm going to have to do some testing here to see how this works. This is exactly why I'm doing a test stream and not a main stream, because, well, one, I haven't streamed in, what, 15, 16 months ever since I started having all those health problems, and now that I'm starting to kind of get past those, I'm going to try again, but, oh, streaming is not necessarily like riding a bike. Let's just be real here. And in fact, it's not something I did enough to actually truly remember how to do it. I want to be able to run behind it. Maybe that is good. I don't know. What if I turn this off? How much will this annoy me? Yeah, it doesn't even hit there. You'd have to go one farther down. Yeah, I gotta move it up, or it's just gonna play out really badly. So all of them are gonna have to be moved up, I imagine. I want to find one of the safes next, if possible. Oh my gosh. This lagging thing that happens when running this is just gonna be the most tedious thing ever. Huh. Wow. I already turned off Bloom to try to cheat a little bit more out of it. But yeah, if you have a limited amount of traffic, or well, traffic, a limited amount of resources available for each tab in a Chromium browser before it starts throttling that, which is why your RPGMaker game gets throttled even though it's not even anywhere near the computer's resources. So usually what we do is we just make certain to load everything out of memory as fast as possible. Like anyone who's sitting there preloading stuff, you're causing the problem. Believe it or not, you're actually making it worse, because that eats into your limit on how much you're actually allowed to run. So this music is horrible. So quiet and just ugh. I need something that's a little more exciting. That's better. I'm going to clear the other ones out first so I don't have to listen to all those. We'll try one more time here. Okay. Things that I will have ironed out for later streams, but this stream is just going to be, well, me doing all kinds of mess ups and probably peaking too high and all kinds of dumb things. All right. So now we need to do a test there. I'm just going to move them all up a bit. Anyway, about 20, I guess. I don't know. There's no exact number for this. It's going to be a good one, probably. Actually, maybe 30 on those. They're a little bit smaller, maybe. I don't know. I already copied it, so I can just do this. So they're really close in size, so that's probably fine. Also, what I was doing here was I'm going to test turning pixels off, because the pixel movement is just... it's going to be so hard to watch if it just lags the whole time. But it plays better with the pixel movement. Turn those back on. Now we're back to grid. It actually plays about the same either way, so... I've never found it to make too much difference as far as how it plays. It just looks slightly cooler. But I'm curious to see if that also has lag, because, I mean, YouTube could cause these problems, in which case Maybe my plan to stream RPGMaker just gets taken out by that, and I don't even have to worry about it now. It's just, I was initially going to do it, but it'd be really ironic if the game just, the nature of RPGMaker and the mini Chromium browser prevents it from being useful. Still run behind it a little bit, so it's like a fake 3D. How high up can I still hit it? Farther down? Yeah, okay. I don't know. It does play a little weird in that the projectile missed it. And I think people would be annoyed by that, so I probably need to move it up some. Where are you at? Yeah, you're pretty far down too. Yeah, it's got to go up. There's just no two ways about it. Trying for a better play experience, so... Feels like I need to go up quite a bit. Maybe I'll try to minus 50. 150, sorry. As much as it's cool to be able to run behind him, kind of sucks for hitting him. Oh, wait. You can do more than one. But I didn't write the code to make use of two different colliders. Ugh. I wrote my own code so that I could actually interact with the colliders. Normally, Q movement wouldn't let you do that. You would need QABS, but QABS does not work on MZ, so I'm not about to write QABS and then rebuild the game to work under QABS. That is too much work for me. When I could be playing with UE or something, because if I'm going to build it from scratch, which I kind of already did with this, but if I'm going to do it again, it's going to be in UE. Building from scratch is so much easier than building from scratch in this. Even without knowing a lot about the code. Still easier. Yeah, it plays out about the same, actually. That's not too bad. I want you to be able to walk behind it a little, but still be able to essentially hit it at center mass and still have it work. But the problem I'm having here, let's see, about there, still works perfect. Where is it at? That's fine. She can't really run behind it, though. But that's also part of the pixel issue, which apparently pixel movement is just that heavy. I guess I'm just going to live without it. Because it's more important that you be able to hit it and blow it up. Though, I think this doesn't Z-set very well. I think it needs to. It should be Z-setting though. Huh. I don't know. Oof. I have this twice. Why did I have it twice? Should just be once. 194. The projectiles array. January 189. 201. And the map blocks, which is 329 are the ones I need. There's 229. 94. I just had the swipes for some reason. Okay. I add everything to an array. Like every time an event is spawned, I add it to the appropriate array so this thing knows exactly what to do when it encounters those. And then to just ignore everything else. Works really well. I recently changed it to if it collides with the those colliders, so I rewrote a whole thing for just that. Which looks a lot like this. Yeah, I wrote this for it, and now it understands because I edited Q movement to report the information I needed under the object.hitBy. Took part of it took a few hours to figure exactly where it was at and make it useful. The guy just wrote it in a way that just very weird, didn't really make the stuff readily available or easy to find. It's just kind of weird naming conventions and the like. Pretty terrible. Fair enough. Okay, so I could probably do like a... I made a firewall already. I could do like a 3 projectile thing, or even a heat-seeking projectile. But how would I heat-seek a projectile? It would have to be something along the lines of getting the nearest enemy in the array. Oh, I need to program a get nearest? Ugh, do I want to do that? How badly do I want heat-seeking? Do I want heat-seeking? I don't know if I do. I don't know if I do at all. Or if I need it for purposes of this. I mean, it would just be another one of... I could borrow this code here. I haven't really thought about the next attack. I've made it so far. Made a projectile and a firewall and a heal spell. I need to go down the list for Diablo and figure out what other spells exist. I don't even know. You could try to summon a minion, but then you have to program an AI for the minion. And I was just trying to make a prototype to put out, not program the full AI thing for that. It just seems kind of insane. I could fix all the hitboxes for the second attic area, which I was working on, but never did finish. What I think I really want to do is just make more destroyables for variety. Also, while I'm at it, I can do enemy variants. So recently I added the ability to retint my enemies to beautiful colors. So basically I can just do a quick palette swap to have essentially additional enemies, which is pretty important because I don't really want to pay a bunch of money for a bunch of sprites that for a game that's basically free. That just seems a little crazy. But I already did that over here for these. Oh yeah, I was playing with their opacity, but okay, so I'll probably end up changing the Jack's colors. And then what we're going to do is put tint at the start. See, I just make code like this, so this way I can just call this and have a switch statement for everything and just set it all up without me having to actually do the work later on. And then for this to work, it simply needs tint. I made the command, so it's pretty easy to figure out how to add it. And I might, I guess I'll do opacity. Well, the Jacks don't need to have opacity, though. I'm not going to make a ghostly one, I don't think. I was making a ghostly one for the clown heads, but... opacity already equals 1, so I can actually add opacity and then change it later if I want. So I'll just do it now, just so I... in case I want to make some changes later. Alright, now we need colors. So we're going to go over here and grab some colors here. How low should the Jack-in-the-Box be? I guess I could have like a blue one or something. Probably a lighter blue. I kind of want it to be just tinted that color. Oh. I came for this code. So I'll have the white one for certain, but then after that, we'll have a weird pink one. Why not? Do not question this madness. Or do, whatever. Alright. So now with the variants set there, each one has enemy variant 1, enemy variant 2, and of course 0. So this is 61 and this is 64. Adding new enemies to my thing is actually very easy because I have an encounter table down here. What was the first one? I think I just want to add them alone. Let's see. 114, 61, and 64. Okay. Nice. 61, 64. I'll program them to do other things later, but for now, that should make them have 3 different types of jacks. The little jack in the boxes that shoot projectiles. I need to change that for the front screen there so it has that particular one or something. The screen transition. Yep, now there's blue ones. Huh. I need to get a sound for that. I put a placeholder sound in that's just not even remotely appropriate for what it is. But there's one thing I've discovered in doing this. Sound design is my least favorite part of doing this. So there's a blue one, and there should be a normal one. And the other one should be a pinkish color. Which I guess is this one? That just sucks. Okay, well, that doesn't look very good. You'll find I very rarely code directly into RM at this point. Yeah, the pink one looked terrible. That's because the minion is black. I didn't think about it, but it's the base one is almost completely black. And that is very inconvenient, to say the least. Let me bring it up here. I forgot what it was called. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the enemy is here. That's not its correct color though. You have to turn this on, then you can see what it's supposed to look like. can pop him up. Is there a better color for him? Maybe. Oh yeah, I should have used this. I'll think about it. I don't really want to redo them, so it takes so long to render that many images. I don't want to do that right now. So what we're doing is testing this out. See, this other color worked out fine. Okay, I hate that you have to actually keep moving that over, but when you set up streams, if you don't set this as the secondary monitor, then all the notifications for Windows and opening everything appears on this monitor first, and it just seems like a really bad plan. There's blue. There's just straight up black. Apparently if it's too dark, they just end up straight up black, so that's not very good. I need a better setup for getting the right one to spawn that I want. I guess I could code that in, but I don't know. A lot of it's just running on tests because all these maps are blank normally, so that's the normal one. So basically it just came out black anyway. I guess I could just do a shadow version at that point. I was really looking for a color that looked a little different. You can make an angry one. Maybe we'll try that. I really shouldn't have made it totally black. That was like I really should have picked lighter colors. Well, the clown heads there. A lighter color so the it just shows up so much better. So much better. Oh my gosh. We'll get to that though. Run out of my photo here. Yeah, the blue looks okay. I think the lighting makes a big difference too. I should probably relight them to something different. I have it set to launch the boss if you collect even 2 of the right items. In hindsight, since I'm not working on the boss, I probably should do that. The boss needs incredible amounts of work too. Yeah, it's still black. Alright, well that sucks. I just stole the menu out of art. I'm gonna retool it to Puppet Quest at some point, probably. Had that working at one point, now I broke it somehow. Whatever, I'll figure it out later. This has the actual clown heads, though, which I'm testing to see ghost versions of them. Sometimes they rapid explode. Well, that's actually kind of obnoxious. I think I need to make them a little bit brighter. But I think I want the shadow ones to be like low opacity so they're harder to see. But they just move slower. Yeah, I like that idea. There's a red one I haven't seen yet, though. Okay, that one's just unfair. Alright, they need different opacities. I like the idea of the shadow ones having a varied opacity. So the shadow ones are going to be like maybe a 3. And then I think the regular ones are going to be more like a 6. And these are just going to be, I'm just going to have these ones be normal. But yeah, I like the idea of the shadow ones. It's just such a good idea because it just adds a little bit more to it, I think. This will be the shadow one. Let's just use actual black. I could make an ice one. Could I? I might be able to actually. You know, when I wrote this, there's nothing that says I couldn't set a self variable on it either. I need to make a better version of this. I might just make a quick one. Well, I guess if I have a self variable set up, I can put an if statement for the self variable, and then if it triggers, I can have it do something. Oh, this was a way better plan. I'm not in the mood to figure out a better method of code for this for now, but what I usually do is I come up with the down and dirty crap version of something and then make a better version each time. All right, so it's just going to be self variable. Might actually just be genius instead. Oh wait, you don't need those. Need this. And then I wrote a way better version, but then I made this variant of it, like a better version of my distance-based check like this, but I'm not gonna. I gotta be really in the tank for that kind of stuff. I'm making some code here, but not that code. It just bugs me if those aren't there, even though they aren't really that necessary here. Alright, so this needs a new name. I want something that's easy to remember, but not like a pain to write. We'll call it impact. I don't want to type the other a bunch of times. I'm probably going to make one specific one for all of it, but all right. So now impact. And then frozen and for now we're going to set a value. I think I'm going to set it to 3. Now let's make it longer. I want to see it in action. All right, so we're doing this, and then all these okay, so let's see. This dot get self variable frozen is greater than 0. We're making ourselves a freeze spells, boys. That's what we doing here. Frozen. -1. Setting frozen here to X. All right, and now still chatting in the main RPGMaker Discord, even though no one really chats there. Tell them I'm busy or sort of busy. Okay, so we're making a frozen thing here. Yeah, this will take it all the way down to 0. Okay, and then otherwise it'll work like that. So we're gonna. Oh, I don't want to do it that way either. Well, I guess I'm gonna do it this way. I should have done this before I made all the enemy variants. Oops. Listen, sometimes we do dumb things, but to be fair, the code on these pages is just straight up identical, so I haven't made any change like that, so it's not the worst, but still. Would have been easier. Alright, and this one's the frozen thingy. Let's make a frozen blast, I guess. Let's see, we need see particle editor. You make certain that it has got anything people can't see on it. It looks fine. Alright, this is the Pixie particle editor. It is fantastic. So what we're going to do is build a particle. And we're going to build it by going to one I've already built and then just work off of that. It's just a lot easier, I think. Song's on here twice, huh? Cool. No, this one is too. I guess I've listened to them all. Well, let's fix that. Let's do Dream Imagination. Why not? No. Alright. Random those. I have so many backup copies of things you don't even know. Probably better not to too. I don't remember which particle this uses. I don't even put the information in here. I just literally run it through these two. I think I count the particle or the projectiles as NPCs. Don't question it or do whatever. It's fine. Do I not set up projectiles this way? I guess not. Normal attack is what I'm using. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, this, not that one. Huh. Am I live? Huh. Maybe. Huh. I see. Am I actually live? I'm gonna check one of these things here. Supposedly I would be, but I guess I should have double checked that first. I guess I'll click stop streaming then.